What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. It is your gracious host, A6. We are live and direct, live in effect. It is a Tuesday night. It has been a long hiatus, but we back amongst all the controversy and the attempts to shut us down. They failed, and we are right here tonight. So give yourselves a round of applause. You know what I mean? All right, man. We got a bunch of people in the chat, man. What we got here? I assume most of you guys are in the Telegram. If you're not in that Telegram group, you got to join that. That Telegram group is crucial, man. I keep you guys updated on what's going on in that group. I don't post as many posts on the YouTube because nobody reads them. Like I'll drop a post and people will still be emailing me asking me what's going on. So I more so just get on Telegram, work from there. If there's ever a situation where something happens like that, and a live has to be done, I'll probably end up just doing it on Telegram, to be honest, in the meantime, so we can still get this information out. This is a little more difficult though, because the format on Telegram is a little less advanced than this one is. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Who we got here? Civic Maker, my man, Civic Maker. What's good, champ? Thank you for tuning in. Mike So Focus is here. What up, Mike? What's good? What's good? Albert, yes, sir. I'm back. The one God King, the young God King has returned. Yes, indeed. All right. Hey, my man, you already know what's up. Yeah. Get them likes up. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Man, we got some stuff to cover, man. We've been out of it. I didn't do a show on Christmas Day. I figured you guys would be wild busy. I know I was. But we can do some catching up, man. We got some stuff to cover because I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's been a lot happening, a whole lot happening. All right, so look, I want to get to this first. All right, I don't want to wait any longer to get to this. We got some. I got some bombshells for y'all today. I got some heat for y'all today. All right. Let's get over. Okay, here it is. Wait a minute. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Hold on. Bear with me. I got you. I got you. There it is. All right. Let's talk about this now. I don't know if this made the news where you live at, but I'm gonna tell you something. This is something we need to discuss. All right, because this is interesting. All right, now I'm gonna be talking very carefully because if you don't know, YouTube tried me for the first time and they freaking failed. All right, they tried me. They tried to suspend my channel for a week, saying that they didn't like something I said about the something that happened in 2020 with um uh two different politicians doing something to get in one particular spot and everybody's giving their particular choice in a specific location and that particular process turned out to be not 100% on the up and up. That's the best way I can put it because I they got the machine. You know what I mean? The machine is looking for certain buzzwords, so that's the best way I can put it. But yeah, they tried me, and I said, hey, look, I'll appeal that because they tried to give me a strike and everything. So I appealed it, and they said, well, what's the reason for the appeal? I said, First Amendment protected activity. You know what I'm saying? I got the right to to voice my griefs towards the uh I'm trying to be very careful what I say here, towards the organization. All right, I got the right to voice my opinions. You know what I'm saying? That was my reason, literally my reason. So they had to reinstate it. They said, yeah, it doesn't look like anything you said violates our terms of service. So here we are. So with that said, I'm going to edit my speech to make sure nothing is said that can even trigger that algorithm for the computer, because all of this stuff is run by computers. I even think the government's run by computers, to be honest with you. But this particular document. So let's get into it, right? Booyakasha. All right. Like I said, I'm going to be editing what I say very heavily. And this was sent to me by a police officer. This was sent to me by a police officer. So let's not, what I mean, don't look at me like, oh, A6, you a jerk. Nah, bro, this was sent to me by a police officer. He was asking me for my opinion. All right. So it says the Indiana law that lets citizens do something to cops. All right. The Hoosier state now allows people to use something force to keep public servants from illegally entering their homes or cars. Police, of course, are not pleased. You see the picture right there. Yeah, you're reading this right. I'm telling you, this came out last week. I wanted to get on the live with you guys. The week was too crazy. Here we are now. All right. Police officers in Indiana are speaking out against a new law that gives citizens the right to use some kind of force to protect themselves against a public servant who oversteps his authority. I'm not even gonna give my opinion about this because y'all already know where I'm at with it. But I'm just gonna say what it is, and y'all can use your imagination. All right, some of us be out here traveling. Tim Downs, president of the Indiana State Fraternal Order of Police, says the law signed in March by Governor Mitch Daniels, but only now getting national attention, might give people the impression that they can do something to police with impunity. It's just a recipe for disaster. Where's that guy Frank Barris at? Remember the guy Frank Barris? We looked at his video and he refused. He had his passport and all that stuff, and he told them that he was ready to get busy, and they didn't want no. They ain't want that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what it is. It's just a recipe for disaster, he tells Bloomberg. Here, a brief guide to this controversial legislation. What exactly does the law say? It authorizes people to protect themselves or their property using some kind of force in response to unlawful intrusion by a public servant. The measure is essentially just a public servant specific amendment to the state's 2006 so-called Castle Doctrine bill. Now, it's very important to know what kind of state you live in and what kind of home defense statutes they have, because that's going to tell you what to expect if you have to defend your home from an intruder. There's actually some states where you have a duty to retreat your home, and that's crazy. That is insane. So if you in some states, if you are in your house and somebody kicks in your door with something that's not safe to have in that particular situation, and you get something that's not particularly safe to have for that person in that situation, and you utilize that thing that's not particularly safe to have in that situation against that other individual, you will be in front of a judge fighting for your life, literally. In some states, you actually have to, if you're in your bed and you see an intruder, you have to jump out of the window if that's the only exit. Facts. This is facts. No, certain states have what's called the Castle Doctrine, which allows you to get busy. You know what I'm saying? If that does happen. So, with that said, let's continue. All right. It authorized people to protect themselves, their property using I already covered that, which allows people to do whatever they have to stop someone from illegally entering their home or car. Indiana is reportedly the first state to specifically allow the use of force against somebody. I'm not going to say that part because, the algorithm. The new rule was passed with a nudge from the National Rifle Association, which has pushed permissive something laws around the country. Shut this off. I'm gonna hit it. Crap. All right. Why did Indiana push this? What the hell is this? Go away. Hold on. Make sure this thing don't do some weird stuff. All right. Why did Indiana push this law? The state Supreme Court had previously ruled that citizens had no legal right to resist police officers, even in a case of unlawful entry. So before this new law was passed, explains Republican State Senator Michael Young, people had no right to protect themselves from the abuse at the hands of authorities. Indeed, he says a homeowner could do nothing in the hypothetical case in which he returned home to find a police officer. I definitely can't say that word. Yo, if I can't say the other word, the commercial term for arm, I cannot say that at all. But you can see what it says. Police officer doing something, his wife. There we go. Other than filing a lawsuit later. Is this really necessary? Not according to law enforcement officials who lobbied against the bill, of course. They said it's wholly unnecessary as Indiana was not exactly being marauded by road cops. And now anyone who's drunk or distraught might think he has a legal right to do something to a police officer in a dispute. I don't think that's that simple because you're still going to have to be, I mean, everybody knows the ramifications if you do something like that. You know what I'm saying? You are in for the fight of your life because they're going to try to throw you under the goddamn uh, uh, jail per se or prison or whatever. They're going to try to bury you in paperwork so you never get out. It just puts a bounty on our heads. Tells what is it? Downs tells Bloomberg. Sergeant Joseph Hubbard, for one, says he now worries that every time he pulls over a car, the driver might do something to him and cite the law as justification. Somebody's going to get away with doing something, a cop, because of this law. Now, let's put the shoe on the other foot, all right? Because, we about fairness over here, all right? How does a national or a citizen feel when they're accosted on some bullshit? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's call it 1,000 right now. All right. Let's call it 1,000 because at the end of the day, they have. I'm not going to say it's a logical reason to think that way, but it is. It makes sense. So he said, "Well, I'm afraid for my life." Well, why is it that you have to be the only one that has the ability to get busy? Why? So what you're saying is you want to protect your ability to overstep if it's a situation where it's a slow night. So like, yo, look, you ain't got no arrests, you ain't got no tickets going. It's almost the first of the month because we know there's a quota. We let's not lie to each other. We know there's a quota. There's a quota that has to be filled. There's a certain percentage of funds that have to be drawn upon, whether it be tickets, fines, arrests, whatever. There's a number that has to be maintained in order for that police precinct to be particularly productive, right? So why is it that you feel as though, you know what I mean, you can have this right reserved to just overstep and deal with it later and claim qualified immunity? You know what I'm saying? So to me, this is a decent law because it keeps everybody honest. The qualified immunity on your behalf keeps the citizens and the nationals in check for not stepping all over, you know what I mean, just doing whatever they want to you with impunity. Because let's be honest, that qualified immunity is a mofo. A lot of them police officers have gotten away with nonsense off of qualified immunity. They even have a clause with qualified immunity where if the police officer doesn't know something or wasn't trained to, let's say, for instance, you ever seen them First Amendment auditors? Let's say, for instance, like they're not used to that. So let's say a First Amendment auditor is filming a police precinct and he's standing on the sidewalk and they come out and ask him questions. We've seen the scenario with the Auditing America and all them other ones, lackluster channel. So a shout out to them guys, by the way. But we've seen the scenario. Auditors out there filming, police come over asking questions. He don't answer questions. They get pissed. You know what I mean? And he decides to go ahead and lock him up for not answering questions, right? Or not giving him ID when asked, which is not an arrestable offense unless there's a crime. Charging somebody with a statute of or failure to ID is a secondary crime. You can't get charged for failure to ID for just not handing over your ID when a police officer asks you. Don't work like that. That's why the Fourth Amendment exists. So look, if they were to do that, right, he could in turn claim qualified immunity on that lawsuit, and the police department, well, the taxpayers really would have to pay that lawsuit, and the police officer would basically he might get put on administrative duty for a little bit, but he ain't gonna get fired, man. They don't get fired, but that's the thing. The qualified immunity keeps the people honest. You know what I'm saying? And that law right there keeps the officers honest. And at the end of the day, all we really want is peace. And the only thing to keep peace basically is, unfortunately, and this is the society we lived in, the threat of things being done to you that you don't want done to you. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that keeps the peace. They say what is the saying? One sword drawn keeps another one in the sheath. I think that's what the saying is called. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, man. So I mean, yeah, they don't like it. Of course they don't like it, but shit, you think we like qualified immunity? You think we like having the fact that you know, uh, somebody who's corrupt in that position can do whatever the hell they want and then claim qualified immunity later on without even, knowing the Constitution. I've actually heard police officers blatantly say they don't know what certain amendments are or avoid the question. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at, man. So look, like it or not, that's what we've gotten. So it is what it is. I think it's a good statute. I think it's perfectly fair. But that's just my opinion. Man was like, "Yo, I bet you can't wait to get out." I was like, "Nah, man, not even." Like, dude, that's not even. That's not that. Nah, I'm not even thinking like, "Yo, I can't wait to get out there and get busy." No, it's not. The last thing anybody wants, unless you crazy, is to do something like that to somebody. You see what I'm saying? That's the last thing anybody wants. That's often used as a last resort. That's literally why they made the First Amendment first as the freedom of speech. That way you can talk it out. And if all talk fails, the Second Amendment. That's they made it the Second Amendment for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it is, yo. You know what I mean? So think how you want to think, whatever, feel how you want to feel. It is what it is. Let's keep it moving. All right, what's the next thing we on? Yo, did y'all see that new there's I wanted to show you guys, but I don't even have it on here right now. There's actually a Whole Foods store in Washington D.C. that has the hand scan at the front. Yeah, it's about an hour from where I'm at. It's uh it's a hand scanner, and it's got like a door that lets you in. If you scan your hand, You know, it does the whole wireless joint, and then after you beep, yep, you can walk right into Whole Foods. Yeah, let me see if I can find it for you guys. I want you guys to see this. But yeah, it actually exists now. My man, Super Sly 75. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me go out. Let me see what's up with Super Sly 75 channel. Go subscribe to Super Sly 75 if you're not already. He's on, he covers a lot of things like I do, except he's more geared towards uh current events in the celebrity world. Where is it at? Where we at? Man, I thought he put the video out. Here it is. All right. Let me share it for you guys. All right. So look, this is basically what's going on. This is like something I wanted to show you in between, but we got to cover this real fast because there's no way I'm letting you guys get off here without seeing this for your own eyes. All right, so this is what they've been working on, man. This is what they've been working on. Take a look at this.
I need my own QR code. How do I get my own QR code? How do I get my own QR code? I have to have my own QR code before I can go Whole Foods. What do? They just what? What
It knows you have it because it scans it.
It knows you have products?
Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi or whatever. It scans it.
Whoa. And this is the future of grocery stores? Whoa. Who did this first? Where? So basically, you cannot get into the Whole Foods market in Washington, D.C. unless you scan your own QR code and they track everything you're doing. And this is the future of all grocery stores. So if you want more information on this, I'll get it to you, but this is the future of all grocery stores.
All right, so that's what it is. They say you scan whatever you got to scan to get in. And then when you walk out, they already know everything you have and they bill you for it somehow. I'm thinking it might be that if you look on your new credit cards or your debit cards, they actually have that software on there where it lets you, I think it's called no touch or touchless or something like that. Touchless checkouts. I can't remember what it's called. Something of that nature. But yeah, it basically lets you, you know, it lets you go ahead and get stuff without actually having to like put it inside that little chip holder at the bottom or slide the card. Remember back in the day where you had to actually slide the credit card on the right side of the machine? Then slowly they started to come out with the chip underneath. Think about how it worked. All right. It was the credit card, right? And then it was slide, and then it was the chip. So no, you can't slide it anymore. Now you have a chip in place. It's not wireless yet. It's not touchless yet, but it's a chip in the card. So now you got to put the chip at the bottom. There's a lot of confusion. People didn't know whether you wanted to swipe. Someplace you swipe, someplace you put it in the bottom. You just didn't know. And the new up to date technology at that point was the chip in the bottom, right? Then it got to a point where it was like, all right, now machines don't do slide anymore. Everybody wants to swipe. Excuse me, wants the chip in the bottom. Now it's getting to a situation where the chip in the bottom ain't even. It's going, it's going to be like no more chip in the bottom. Now you got to use the touchless. They slowly wean you. You know what I mean? It's a slow weaning off of a certain way to move. And any new cards you get are pretty much going to be on that tip. And that's what it is. Yeah, man. Man, I'm so behind on these comments. Jeez. My bad, I got a lot to get off, man. I got a lot to get off. I've been holding a lot of this information back for a while. What up, Brandon Rogers? He says, Ron, I'm a chat. Glad you're feeling better. Did you receive an email? I probably did. I got a bunch of emails I got to respond to. Some of y'all sent me like 3 different. I might have responded and you sent me another one. I just did not get to it. I was a little under the weather a couple weeks back. Voice was a little gone. But as you can see, we're good to go now. Hitting with the fire. Big man. Oh, you already know, man. Like, dude, mess with somebody that don't know what the Constitution says in terms of at least the Bill of Rights. Like, all right. Telling me I can't say something. Okay. The silver bullet. There's only 2 silver bullets I'm familiar with. One that I mean, vampires don't like, and the other one, the copper moonshine stills. They said the born natural, foreign national. Hell no. Hey, the foreign national, born natural, buddy. They honestly need to autocorrect the damn computer. I would honestly spell it out so it can't trigger. Right? Yeah, right. That's actually a good idea. Good lord. Looks like Elmer Fudd's son gonna be duck hunting. Yeah, it is. But it's technically already in every state. But you know how the statutes work. The statutes are legalities, and the statute is the legal realm, and then the Constitution and such is the lawful realm. So there's a difference between legal and lawful. So the Constitution, the way it's supposed to be, is all these commercial terms they come up with. They're supposed to mirror the Constitution, and it's supposed to put like a little bit of a more definition on certain things. But the problem is they create these uh commercial terms for certain things that way they're not violating the Constitution, like FIREARM, like that, compared to arm. You see what I'm saying? Like those two things right there. So they can't infringe upon the arms and your right to bear them, but they can tell you you don't have the right to carry a FIREARM or a GUN. They'll say that like you don't have the right to carry either one of those. You know what I mean? But you got the right to bear the other one. So that's the games they play. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm seeing is looking like some of these laws or some of these statutes are starting to mirror the Constitution more closely. That's what I'm seeing. Justifiable. Been there in 05. Word. Interesting. Castle Doctrine. Yep. My man said, commie. Hey, I'm not even mad about that because let me tell you something, bro. I done told people already, yo, Cali is on some stuff. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. And the crazy thing is California is actually says California is a republic in the flag. But they're doing everything in their power to change that perception. Be like Nintendo's Nintendo's duck hunt. How does the Constitution apply to you and me? And some people say you're not party to the Constitution, blah blah blah, such and such. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I think the Bill of Rights applies, and I think there's multiple other things that apply in it. In terms of the way you can move. Gold and silver, for instance. There's a few things in there, man. You gotta give it a read. I think Florida and southern states have that. Yeah. Maryland actually has the Castle Doctrine too, which is interesting because Maryland is they're not really they weren't anyway. They're a little more lenient now, but they weren't last year or the year before that Second Amendment friendly at all. Like, nah, bruh. Y'all funny, yo. Y'all are funny. But I just think, what I mean, having that in place, you know what I'm saying? And you telling me I'm traveling. All right, man. You know what I mean? Now it's all right, don't drive. Don't drive. All right. And as opposed to no, you're not. You're driving. You know what I mean? It's a different dynamic when you think. What I mean, something can happen to you. But that's how it's supposed to work. You know what I mean? Like that's literally how everything is supposed to be. I mean, you're less likely to go out there. Like when you get on a game like Grand Theft Auto, you know what I'm saying? And you play Grand Theft Auto and you got all them trolls on there flying around with oppressors. And I like Grand Theft Auto. You got all those trolls flying around with what they got, oppressors and deluxos and all the flying bikes with missiles and rockets. You know what I'm saying? People just being dicks, basically, doing whatever the hell they want without no repercussion. Because there ain't nothing gonna happen to them in real life. You know what I mean? If you think somebody gonna smack you in the head before you start acting crazy, you're not gonna act crazy as much. You're gonna be chill, like, all right, yeah, I really ain't trying to get a foot in my ass. You know what I mean? So it's a different dynamic. So I think it'll keep everybody, on a up and up, and that's how it should be and should have always been. What up, Nicole? No crime committed. Yep, no injured party, no crime, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you willing to risk something happening to you for that violation of rights that you would have gotten away with 2 years ago? You know what I'm saying? If enough people sue, I mean, it's other ways to move too, which is what I basically taught you guys. I was teaching you guys. I mean, it doesn't have to be something that gung ho. Very few people are capable of actually pulling something off like that because once you say them words, you in another. You're not in the. I mean, you're not necessarily in the peaceful category no more. You in the. You know, what I mean, you in the other category. We'll put it that way. You in the other category. So I don't really. Not everybody has the wherewithal to do so. So that's why I say it's better to handle it the other way. But the pen and the sword is both two assets that can be used. Pen, I think the pen's mightier than the sword personally, but you know depends on the situation too. Because if you're in a situation, your pen ain't gonna do nothing in the right circumstance. You're gonna need the sword. Some situations you can't use the sword. You need the pen. So there you go, man. That's why I'm gonna leave it. If they dodge the law, they should not be in a position to enforce it. Bing bing. Mofo's got 5 stars. Hand scan must be for 007. They getting it. They've been gearing up for this a while, man. They've been gearing up for this a while. I don't shop there anyway. I go to Sprouts. Word. Oh, give it time, Mike. Give it time, son. Give it time, yo. Give it time. Telling you, bro. Give it time. It's gonna be a way around it, but it's a way around everything. If there's anything I've learned over the last few years, it's a way around everything. But yeah, give it time, yo. Like BJ's, and I don't know if you guys have BJ's on your coast or whatever, or Costco's. Them places you gotta have a membership to even get in. You can't even get in Costco's without a membership. BJ's Wholesale Club is another one. Any place you can buy wholesale, you know what I'm saying, like bulk items for cheap prices or wholesale prices. You gotta have a membership to get in there, like EIN and all that stuff. You gotta have that to be able to get in them places. You can't just walk in those places. They want to see your membership card coming in and leaving. So what's to say it's not going to be like that in the future? You know, that's some interesting stuff to think about. It's that barcode. Damn, I guess there's a way of cutting people out just to eat. Shit is crazy, man. Yep. The chip and the damn card on the phone. Yeah. Whole Foods still deals with Monsanto. I don't F with them. Dude, they got their hands all in everything. You literally got to go to a farm in order to not deal with them, man. Telling you, bro. Like, I remember, I thought Trader Joe's was the business. But, yo, Trader Joe's owned by the same people that own Aldi's. Like, I'm over here back in the day. I was like, yo, let me get my chicken and my beef from Trader Joe's. You know what I mean? Let me get that organic grass fed stuff. You can get some grass fed stuff there, but like it's like, dude, it's just too many. It's too many. It's too much control that one side has. They got their hands in all pots. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just don't know at this point. Now you can do it on the phones too. Yeah, I don't mess with that at all. I think that's the stupidest thing. Like, yo, you're gonna connect your phone to your that's crazy. How people be using the phones. I seen that, man. My man said Wisconsin. What up, Aaron? That man Silver Bullet Trust. No, I don't mess with that. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, they commercialize it. He's probably talking about the common law trust. That's a lot of people want that common law trust, which is which is solid. That's what one everybody wants. Irrevocable. At Fleas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pen is better. Like I said, man, I teach the pen. I don't teach the sword over here. Now I respect the sword. You see what I'm saying? I respect it. You gotta respect it because the sword is the sword. You know what I mean? But that's what I teach over here. I don't teach the pen. Excuse me, I don't teach the sword. I teach the pen. I just saw these Purge movies last year. They had one in Buffalo, and I think 2017 part of it. but that this is coming true as they say they gotta put it on the movie and TV. Yeah, to let us know. That's facts. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's coming. Just maneuver around, man. Yes, indeed. Happy holidays to you, Mr. Rick. Thank you, thank you. You gotta read them ingredients. That's facts. Cash is right. You gotta read those. Whole Foods is bunk. The food is not even great. Whole Foods is expensive. That's what Whole Foods is. Whole Foods is wild expensive, man. All right, let's move on, shall we? I'm all caught up with the comments. All right, let's move on to the next thing. All right, take a look at this. Girl Scout mom kicked out of Radio City and barred from seeing Rockettes after facial recognition tech identified her. The madness continues. It continues. The mom and lawyers like her who work for the firms are suing Radio City's parent company, MSG Entertainment. Pay attention to that. Radio City Music Hall has a parent company. Pay attention to that. Those who know. The parent company, which is over top or holding the little company. Pay attention. Pay attention. An attorney from a law firm suing the parent company of Radio City Music Hall was kicked out of the venue after facial recognition technology identified her when she tried to see a Rockettes performance with her daughter and a pack of Girl Scouts. Kelly Conlon, a senior associate with New Jersey personal injury firm Davis, Saperstein and Solomon, which is representing a client suing a restaurant. Why can't I read this thing today? A restaurant owned by the parent company. There we go. I had to turn it back. Owned by the parent company, MSG Entertainment told NBC New York that security guards approached her and asked for identification as soon as she arrived on the weekend after Thanksgiving. The guards immediately turned her away from the show, even though she is not involved in the firm's litigation against the company. Colin's daughter and the rest of the Girl Scouts were able to attend the performance, she told the station. So they just kicked her out because of her facial recognition came back negative. All right. Hey, I told you the madness continues. It continues. I was just a mom taking my daughter to see a Christmas show. She told NBC New York. I did wait outside. It was embarrassing. It was mortifying. A partner in the firm, Sam Davis, told NBC New York that Conlon's experience highlights the potential impacts of the widespread use of facial recognition technology, which has come under fire for contributing to wrongful arrest as a policing tool and surveillance of people of color and more vulnerable populations without their consent. Dude, this is NBC News telling you this. What else do you want? NBC News is telling you this, bruh. Separating a mother from her daughter and Girl Scouts she was watching over, and to do it under the pretext of protecting any disclosure of litigation information is absolutely absurd. The fact that they're using facial recognition to do this is frightening. It's un-American to do this. All right. So I'm not going to read the rest of it. Y'all can read the rest of it if you want. I'm just letting you know what time these mofos is on. And I've been telling y'all this for a long time. Y'all been following me for almost 2 years, and we've been having these conversations. This is what time they on, all right? But there's always a way around. Always a way around. It's slavery if they don't leave a way out. You know what I mean? We already know. We already know. They got to leave a door open somewhere. We just got to find a freaking door. You know what I mean? You got to find that door. So, hey, move how you want to move in terms of the, in terms of the mask and stuff like that. Hey, they want you to wear masks anyway, right? This might actually be weird because we ain't want to wear no mask when they was telling people to wear them. Now since they got this facial recognition, now we want to wear a mask. I might wear a Wolverine mask that just covers this part and it's got the little. Really, man, like, nah, this is too much. That's crazy. Nah. Yeah, man. But that's what time we on, man. They do the same thing when you go to an arms show and bear arms. They make you put in your info at the podium. If you fail to identify, you talk to the sheriff. If you come back hot, you escort. If you come back, got you escorted by sheriff. Break that down, Mike, because you were getting to a important point, but I think the language got messed up a little bit. Try that again, because I was interested in what you had to say on that one. Because it sounded like you was dropping some fire on them. All right. Okay, take a look at this right here. Now, I'm not even going to say nothing for this one. I'm just going to play this because I think y'all need to hear this.
If you didn't know already, the US government is releasing the truth in a lot of their patents and documents that they have on their website. CIA, NASA, doesn't really matter. They're kind of admitting the truth. Here's a list here of every year that a US patent was released on how to control the weather. Feel free to search any of these patents up. Here's 3 documents from NASA admitting the Earth is flat and non-rotating. The DPS equations of motion use 4 assumptions that simplify the program while maintaining its fidelity for most maneuvers and applications: point mass modeling, non-turbulent atmosphere, zero-side forces, and a non-rotating Earth. This report documents the derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model for a rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. Last one. The model frequently used is that of a flat, non-rotating Earth. But these new documents that I found last night on the CIA's website is gonna surprise you probably. Photographic observations of the spectral intensity of the firmament. The spectral brightness of the firmament along the alpha canter of the sun was observed. Here's a document, the color temperature of the firmament. Investigation on the zodiacal light, provisional results obtained by the observation of the Soviet expedition in Egypt of the diurnal firmament can attain up to 70%. Guys, you're admitting it. There is a hard, fast barrier above us, and it's not called the Van Allen belts, just like the science community is trying to perpetuate now. They're trying to say that there is an impenetrable barrier in the sky, but it's not the firmament. It's the Van Allen belt. No, it's the firmament. They tell you the truth in the patents, in the papers, in the documents. They just hope that you won't go reading them. Me, I'm going to continue reading these patents, and I'm going to find the truth. I'm going to keep exposing it, just like I'm doing on my podcast. If you want to check it out, link tree in my bio. We talk about a lot of things that could never talk about on here.
Somebody owe me an apology. I don't know who it is. I think his name might be Finest Thing Walking, but somebody owes me an apology, goddammit. All the truth is coming out. It ain't nothing to hide no more. Everything is coming out. It's all coming out, man. It's great to see. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all coming out. It's great to see, man. Look, that's fire. And we already knew what the truth was. You know what I'm saying? We already knew what it was. We already knew about the firmament, all that stuff. But, stuff's getting declassified slowly. They're quietly releasing these documents quietly. Like, shh. You know what I mean? Quietly releasing these documents. But it's happening. It's happening. All right, what we got? My man Mike in here. All right, let me see here. When you go to acquire an arm, you check in before you go to the main part purchase. If you come back hot, you're getting taken in by the sheriff and taken to jail. What? Yo, hold on. Listen, I don't know if that's. I guess you're saying, you know what I'm saying? If at a show where you can acquire those specific items, um, you know, if it don't beep, you getting pulled up and you getting yanked and taken in. But that's the question, though. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up in the Telegram because I got questions and I can't phrase my questions properly here. Yeah, hit me up at the hit me up in the Telegram about this. I'm very interested in this, Mike. Hit me up in the Telegram. I'm very interested in that. Yeah. What was his TikTok? Man, you got to watch the replay, bro. I already exited out. All right, let's move on. All right. This one is for my people out. Where Tony at? Where my man Tony at? He probably watching. This one's for my heads up in New York. I can pull it up. What the hell is it? Oh, that's on the CNN. Hold on, it's a CNN right here. There's a CNN joint. All right. NYPD will no longer detain individuals at length while running background checks according to settlement. Man, tell me shit ain't changing, bro. It's slowly but surely stuff's getting scaled back and knocked away. Change is coming. It's happening. The consciousness then woke up. People realizing they got rights. People reading. People are applying. Hey, people changing their status. I'm a national. I ain't no U.S. citizen. People changing their status. This is what happens when people change their status. They gotta react. People exercising their rights. The New York Police Department has agreed to prohibit officers from detaining anyone while running background checks on outstanding warrants in many instances, including in the event a person encounters police for minor violations. Listen to that. All right. So if you got your passport, right, for instance, or you got your documentation, they're not allowed to detain you or keep you detained while searching your background information, according to what this says. Officers will only be able to detain someone if they have reasonable suspicion that a crime is about to or has already been committed. This is how it's supposed to be anyway. That's literally what the scope of authority is. You're not supposed to detain somebody to see if they're committing a crime. You're supposed to detain somebody if you have reasonable articulatable suspicion or a single articulatable fact. Those are the two things that you're supposed to be able to detain somebody for. You're not supposed to just be able to just go detain. You're detained right now. Give me your license. Give me your ID. Nah, that's not how that works. It never has. They had to create this freaking statute because it was just so much. And I think the First Amendment auditors are holding their feet to the fire over stuff like this, yo. Listen, y'all need to be supporting y'all First Amendment auditors. They might not be nationals, they might be U.S. citizens, but let me tell you something. They out there getting busy. They out there getting busy. You need to support them. You know what I mean? You can slide them a donation, whatever like that. Hit them with a like, hit them with a subscription, drop some comments, get that algorithm up because they out there doing the work. They putting boots on the ground. BOTG squad. That's what they out there moving around and getting these chains moved, fam. You gotta support these dudes, man, because at the end of the day, it is about people being informed of their rights and not letting their rights be trampled upon. That's what it is. For years, the NYPD maintained an unconstitutional practice of prolonging stops to run warrant and ID card, investigation card searches, turning each of these stops into an unrelated fishing expedition and subjecting our clients to harassment by police. How many of y'all been pulled over for traveling? You give them the passport. They got you sitting there for 50. I done been there twice. They got you sitting there for 15 to 20 minutes because they trying to find and scan your background and try to find some reason to lock you up. That's all it is. It's a fishing expedition. That's what it is. That's why they changed the law or the statute. Molly Griffith, staff attorney with the Cop Accountability Project at the Legal Aid Society, said in a statement, This settlement marks a change in the NYPD's official policy and holds the NYPD accountable for infringing on the rights of New Yorkers. The NYPD and Police Benevolent Association, the largest police union in New York City, did not immediately respond for the request to comment. Now, listen, I've been telling y'all, look, with these private plates and stuff, that in a few areas I've talked to people, if you do it right, they don't bother you because you have to do it properly. You can't just get you can't just like, oh, I got my passport. Nah, it's a certain thing. It's a process you got to follow. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you just out there crazy. They know you don't. They know you don't know what you're doing. If you're gonna be out here moving, you got to be out here moving. It's got to be a process done for it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, a lot of times they don't even mess with you. I'm telling you, there's emails that are sent out letting people know if you see this, this, and this, leave these people alone. Don't even mess with them. You know what I'm saying? Leave them alone. Don't engage. You know, let them continue with their day. Because at the end of the day, they don't want that on their hands, man. They don't want the lawsuits, the claims. They don't want none of that crap. You know what I mean? Hey, we can go back to the C-19 thing back when Bonds for the Win. Them parents all got together and started threatening to put claims on them people's bonds. They didn't want that. They said, "Oh nah, we good. We like having these jobs of power and being in positions to be able to, you know what I mean, make decisions. We don't want to lose that. You know what I mean? Nah, they didn't want to lose that. So they told them, look, you take these facial apparatuses off these children in a week, or we putting claims on. All of us are gonna put claims on your bond." And that's what happened. They took the masks off within 1 week. The mask came off of the mask came off. The NYPD is committed to upholding the constitutional rights of individual constitutional. Listen to this. The NYPD is committed to upholding the constitutional rights of individuals. Sometimes you just gotta breathe in and breathe out. Because I done been in New York, girl, multiple times. Multiple times, bro. Hey, hey, and has agreed to clarify existing policy to make it clear when officers can run a warrant query during a detainment. The law department said in a statement, as part of the new procedure, a person may now only be detained for as long as necessary for investigators to determine their suspicion for stopping them in the first place. Once they have decided they can no longer continue to detain the person and run additional searches to learn whether they are wanted in connection with another crime, have missed a court appearance, or are late on paying a court summons according to the settlement. NYPD has agreed to update their patrol guide and has already issued a memo to all officers advising them of the new rule. Training and regulations are slated for January. The department has agreed to pay $453,733, which roughly $36,000 is going to the 5 plaintiffs in the case, according to the settlement. Wow. Sheesh. Talk about a smackdown. They say we don't even just want cheese, we want change. We'll take the change. We'll take the cheese too. We'll take both, matter of fact. Let me get a little bit of the change and let me get some, changes in both aspects. This change and changes in things being different. That's what it looks like. So people got paid out on that, and I ain't mad at that. Shout out to everybody who put in work and scaling these policy enforcers back to the Constitution, because you know what I mean. I think that's very important. All right, they inspect your info if it wasn't put in at the show. Okay. Oh, you got off the gram? Damn, yo. Damn, bruh. Like I'm trying to. I can't. We can't talk about that here. I got questions, but yeah, I'm interested in that. Hit my email, man. The Book of Enoch been explaining everything below. Listen to it if you haven't. Yeah, I need to listen. I actually had the Book of Enoch, but it was hard to read. It was very difficult to read. 6 search up Oculus Anubis. I'll write that down. Not now, though. Not now. Physics doesn't work on a flat plane suspension. Vibration in a suspension, such as space, requires a surface to reverberate off of, aka the second round aside. The universe runs on vibration. Hey, listen, argue with them. All right. Argue with them. Don't argue with me. All right. I ain't write that. I ain't write that declassified document. So you got something to say, Prof, you're gonna have to write the CIA because I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just reading you. I mean, I'm just reporting to you what it said. I just got a book in the mail today, A Country with No Name, Tales from the Constitution. Very interesting. Recheck it out. A Country with No Name. Okay. eBay, hey, listen, eBay is a business. I like eBay. If they're committing a crime by detaining them, they haven't just committed a crime for stopping someone, then there was no emergency call and lights being turned on, which is that's a felony. I got pulled over for traveling in New York City when I was young, and they don't have nothing. And they don't have nothing, so they give you a damn summons over nothing. All right, that's what they do. Yep, and they uphold people's constitutional rights. I'm convinced you got to tell people, like you got to tell these people, look, this is a violation of such and such amendment. Then they'll back off. But if you don't, they're gonna pretend you don't know it because a lot of people don't know the Constitution. What they try to do to me. You two try to play me. Collect apples. On to the New Year comes, grow those silence, get some fruit trees. Okay. Apple clones, Joe said. Put them on notice. Yes, indeed. Every time when they stop you, you better say, have I harmed or injured anyone who is an injured party? Where is your supervisor? When he asks for your info, ask him for his or hers too. Yep. So you know whose bonds to have come for damages. Yes, indeed. They get sued for the BS. Claims on bonds. Claims on bonds. All right, let's move this out of the way. I got a couple more. All right. I don't know why. I gotta remember why I even shared this, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up. It was something about this I wanted y'all to see, so I'm gonna go ahead and share this.
Hedera.com/council. Let me slide down here and see. Hedera is owned and governed by the world's leading organizations. Calvin, can you please tell me who's on that list? Sure, no problem. Avery Dennison, Boeing, Chainlink Labs, which runs Chainlink and all of its oracles, okay? Denton, IBM, Google. Look at this, LG, Ubisoft, Swirl, Standard Bank. This crypto right here is owned and governed by the world's leading organizations. And it is ISO 20022 compliant. Who's paying attention? You might want to screenshot this. Right. Now, how do all of these things work? They all work through Quant. Quant is the boss. It has an overledger system which operates like Apple's iOS, but this is iOS for the blockchain. I'm gonna say that again. This is like Apple's iOS system for the blockchain. Can you break it down for me a little bit more? Sure, I can. Here is Quant. Quant is a software, and their overledger operating system talks to all of these things. You cannot run your life today or your business without one of these being a part of it. That is 100% fact. You cannot run your life today or your business without running into one of these payment APIs. Google Pay, Apple Pay, Amazon Pay, PayPal, Stripe, Samsung, Walmart, Venmo, Swift. I'm gonna double tap that one again. Swift. This runs that. Blockchains. That means layer ones, layer twos, and even layer zeros like Polkadot. Who's paying attention? Constellation DAG is right here. Y'all don't even know what Constellation DAG is. Let me remind you. Look what it is right here. Look, Constellation DAG, proof of reputable observation. Y'all don't know what that means. I'm going to break it down for you in layman's terms. Watch this. Pay attention. This one, by the way, because y'all like to read, you know, like stuff like Perez Hilton and Gossip and Shade Room. I read stuff on NASDAQ and NASDAQ, Fortune and Forbes. Constellation Network to provide U.S. Air Force with blockchain security for data sharing. Oh my God. Anybody ever heard of the U.S. Air Force? They're using the Constellation DAG network to provide security for their data sharing, man. Are y'all, who's paying attention? Who's paying attention? This software right here talks to all of that stuff. It is the only, this right here, this is the only blockchain that has a relationship and a freaking contract with the US government. Constellation DAG, which is right here. Interchain, enterprise blockchain, banking APIs. I just explained to you how JP Morgan is moving into the metaverse. They already have a virtual bank in the metaverse. They're now filing a trademark patent for crypto wallets. This banking API and all of these talk to Quant. Quant talks to all of Internet of Things. That means the APIs for those of you trying to create new technology. Hey Siri, okay, you know, all of that. Okay Siri, and oh, let Alexis do this and that. Those are all Internet of Things APIs. This controls and runs all of them. Who's paying attention? So everything is attached to Quant. Quant goes out here and talks to XDC. That means it talks to JP Morgan and Chase, TriFi. It talks to Algorand. It talks over here to Internet of Things. That means CBDCs. That means central bank digital currencies are coming, and this is going to be part of all of that with the Internet of Things. It talks to Constellation DAG, the only contract with the United States of America. It goes over here and it talks over here to Hedera Hashgraph, owned and governed by the world's leading organizations. And it's over here with IBM and Google and all of that. Talks to Stellar Lumens, who has a deal with MoneyGram, already moving money worldwide. The Hyperledger system and the Interledger system with Ripple and its technology with XRP. Who's paying attention, man? Y'all tripping.
All right, so my man's basically broke it down for you, let you know exactly what he felt about Quant. He was talking about a few different cryptocurrencies on there too. You know what I mean, that you should look into. Replay the video and take a screenshot. You want to get them, word to my man, I am many. You want to get them while they're young. You don't want to get them when they're hot. You want to get them while they're young. Facts. All right. I think that's going to be it for today. So look, I'm going to go ahead and open this this link right here for you guys. And y'all can jump on this joint and we can chop up game. There's the link. We can hop on. Some of these questions people ask me is crazy. Like, yo, what? Oh man, this just popped up. I'll read y'all this. New law to provide a clean slate for some with felonies and misdemeanors. Traverse City, Michigan. With the new year, a bunch of new laws will go into effect for Michigan residents. This is Michigan right here. One of those laws is already on the books, but this year we'll see big changes that could have a far-reaching impact when it comes to criminal convictions. The 2022 Michigan lawmakers passed laws that will make changes to 2023. But one piece of legislation that might have the most widespread impact this year is actually 2 years old, and legalese, they even literally said it. In legalese, it addresses, all right, I see somebody in the green room, but your camera's not working, so I can't add you. You gotta get your camera working. But one piece of legislation that might have the most widespread impact this year is actually 2 years old. Legally to address Michigan's criminal expungement process is nicknamed clean slate legislation. In a nutshell, what it does is allow certain criminal convictions to be, for lack of better term, erased from someone's past. That's nice. Supporters of the law say too many people have both felony and misdemeanor convictions that are holding them back from jobs and a fresh start after they have served their sentence. It allows certain offenses to be eligible from expungement, not violent crimes, offenses that led to death or multiple felony convictions on the same charge, but rather crimes like first-time drunk driving offense. They can be felony convictions. Got it. Okay, interesting stuff. Yo, Frog, I don't know. You gotta turn your camera on. I can't add you if you ain't got your camera on, bro. If you want to get in here, turn your camera on. Interesting stuff, man. A lot of changes happening, man. A lot of changes. About to come to the room, no doubt. You can do that. You can do that, no doubt. They need employees that bad. They're willing to drop records. Hey, I think that might have something to do with it, man, because the workforce is depleted, yo. Has anybody noticed how slow it is to get like regular services done? It's been insane, man. It's very difficult to get certain services. All right, he says he's in the green room. He says he's working on it, so he's getting his camera ready. So meantime, we can keep pushing on. But yeah, I think the workforce is definitely hurting right now, man. What up, Jared? Good to see you here. By the way, what I started doing, just to put y'all on point, I started getting when you fill your cup up with water, I started to drop 1 cinnamon stick. You can go right to the store and get yourself in a box of organic cinnamon sticks, right? And you can actually drop that bad boy, one of the cinnamon sticks, right in the water, and you let it sit for a while. It actually turns the water into a tea. It's like a cold tea. You can heat it up too, but the cinnamon's got a natural sweetener. So it actually is pretty good. It's also real good for your blood pressure too, I believe. Natural effects of cinnamon. All right, so right now I got my man Frog Dog. What's up, man? What's up? We can see you. What's up?
Hey, how's it going, folks? How y'all doing tonight?
What's good, champ? How you feeling, man?
Hey, man, I'm working for freedom.
Hey, I ain't mad at that. What's good, man? What's on your mind?
The world's good, man. There ain't nothing in this world that ain't good. You wake up every day smiling. That's what life is about.
I agree with that. Yes, indeed.
I just now started following you, man, and everything that I see about you, I'm very interested in everything that you got going on, man.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you for supporting, man.
So I'm definitely new to you, and I'm new to everybody in this group. I appreciate y'all.
Cool. Who referred you?
Just anybody and everybody, anybody that works for freedom. I personally am not into a fictitious government. I am totally about McDonald's ain't going to control me. There damn sure ain't going to be somebody pull me on the side of the road and tell me what to do.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my philosophy in life, and that's how I am. My dad passed away a long time ago. That was the last man that told me what to do.
Right. So what if you don't mind me asking, what republic state are you in?
Right now I'm in the Republic of Ohio. I'm from Florida.
Okay.
I'm a full-blooded Floridian.
Nice. Okay.
I come up here to meet my ex-wife. Y'all believe it or not, she's here.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, no, she's my ex-wife.
Oh, so you live with your ex-wife?
No, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Oh. I
come to Ohio. I just come to Ohio to see if I can find an ex-wife.
Word. Okay.
I found one.
Mission accomplished.
It's time to go home.
No doubt, man. Welcome to the chat, man. I got my man Mike so focused in. What's up, Mike?
What up? Yeah, man, that whole situation I was talking to you about, the arms thing, this is how it goes down. whenever you go to a gun show,
Hey, language.
whatever you go for a GUN show, my bad, y'all. I fumbled. I dropped the ball. All right, whenever
Please
you
be
go to a
careful.
GUN,
Personal pea shooter.
yeah, PP shooter. You know what I'm saying?
Personal pea shooter.
Just kidding. Yeah, whenever you go for, you know, the little pellet GUN up in the spot, you know what I'm saying? They make you wait on this long ass line, so you go through, and then you go through. That's the first podium. The first podium is you pay your fee to get in to the good, you know, Boys and Girls Club. Let's leave it at that. So when you go through the second door, you see, you know, two armed guards, you know, well enforced, and they say, hey, you know, before you go in, you know, go ahead and put your info over there on the podium. So a lot of people, they got to put their info in on the podium, and they make you put in the last four of that S by S, you know. So when you go in, you put in that S by S, it'll have 3 series of beeps, because I've never seen this shit before. You go ahead, you put in the right info, it'll go beep, and then they'll go ahead and give you a head nod and be like, all right, get your ass on, go party. So when you go ahead and you do that, and you go ahead and you put in some info, one guy was putting in his info, or he was trying to fake it to make it, and they were like, their attention was drawn towards him. Like, you could just see they did a double take. They was like, enter in your info. He was like, I am, but it's not working. And said, hold on. Then they came up on him, and one guy tried to sneak through. I noticed one guy, you know, sneak through and then put it on the podium. He got taken first.
Damn.
So I was like, oh shit. So then I went, you know, I made my little purchase, you know, I went and I bought little stickers and stuff like that, you know, just to enjoy some shit. So the next thing you know, I seen I think it was like five to six sheriffs. They came in, and I guess maybe this guy had some shit on him that he wasn't supposed to have. So then they came in, and I noticed that they had a paper in their hand. So they said, where is he? They said, okay, look, you watch the front. Us 5, we're going in there, whatever. We're going to go ahead and retrieve this guy. So he went in there to go and, you know, they went in there to go and get him. So then they all walked up on him. And as they walked up on him, all you saw was like it was something out of the Bible and shit. You see everybody spread out away like water when they just came and zeroed on him. And they went and they just told him straight up. They said, hey, you know, we can make this easy. We can make this not easy. I think you should just follow us on the way out, you know, and don't make any sudden movements. We don't want to make a scene and everybody having their fun. You want to follow us on the way out. Come on, let's go. We ain't going to tell you. We ain't going to tell you again. We're just going to take you out. He said, look, come on, let's go. So now he's in the middle of 4 sheriffs, and the 5th one is in the front walking him out. And after that, they put a sign up on the damn entrance door. They said, hey, you got your info, you lie, you going for a ride. That's what it says on the fucking thing, on the sign on the front. You lie, you going for a ride. And sure enough, this motherfucker got in, he was taking for a ride.
Man,
entering that info on that podium. That podium, I'm telling you, man, it was worse than the shit when you showed on that little thing where you gotta scan your hand to get in. You either scan your hand to get in, or you entering in some shit, and they're gonna find out everything about your straw, man.
Is anybody surprised? Let's be honest. Like I said, you don't have the right to carry GUNS. You don't have the right to purchase GUNS FIRARMS. You have no right to do any of that shit. That's not what it says. Read the text. Supreme Court just ruled. Read the text, traditional history. It says it right there what you have the right to do. You know what I mean? So anything else is like, you know, render on the Caesar with a Caesar's. You know, anything with a serial number on it belongs to Caesar. It's that simple. You know what I mean?
It's getting worse.
Yeah, it's going to continue to get worse. But you know, I'm a thorough believer that you have a choice. You know, anything else would be slavery. That's basically what is it? Not even a voluntary salvage. That's flat out slavery, pretty much. Like,
One thing I've always learned in this society, as far as the shit that we've all been put in, it doesn't matter, you know, which race, religion, or creed. Whatever the shit that you got put in or forcefully put in made you think that you need to have this, you need to believe in order to have this. I just say, man, whatever option that you have of getting out, just get the fuck out. Just get out immediately. Detach yourself from whatever shit. Don't say you're that person. Say you're somebody else other than that person. So that way, and make sure that person is clear before you dip out and you say you're that person. Damn, I can't even say it. I'm not even gonna say individual. Just say you're that other man or woman, like for real. Because anything else out there is gonna get hemmed.
Yeah, agreed. What's up, Jared, man? What's good with you?
Not much. How's it going?
It's a mean delay. You chilling in the whip? It's not cold over
Living
there?
the dream in Hawaii.
Huh?
No, shit. Fucking 70 degrees or something.
Oh, damn. See,
it's Hawaii. It doesn't get cold.
Hey, I don't even want to hear this guy below me. Because
I know, man. It's -5 outside. Get out of here.
Let me tell you how it was 9 degrees yesterday. Like, yo, what is this shit, dude? Nah, I can't do it. My man out there in Hawaii enjoying his life.
If you live at the very top of the mountain, it gets cold at nighttime, but
heartbroken.
It doesn't get cold at all.
It was cold as hell these past couple of days, man. It didn't even pay to come outside.
Well, but did you look in the sky though? If you look at the sky, the clouds.
That's why I moved here, dude.
Yeah. If you look in the sky, the cloud has those ripples, like there was a wave of some sort that was used. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like a giant sky, and it was these wavy clouds.
Yeah. Yeah, probably HARP.
Of course. I mean, let's be honest. We know
HARP
exactly
through the fucking chemtrails.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's why I moved to Hawaii. So I'm too old to survive winters anymore. I'm from Minnesota, and I lived in Indiana the last 30 years. I know what cold's like. I know what the winter's like. I'm like, fuck that. I fucking sold everything and moved to Hawaii. I moved here with 2 suitcases and a backpack.
Shit, true travel.
And fucking, I'm off grid, solar. Yeah, I fucking, I said I'm not doing this bullshit anymore. I'm not talking about it. I'm fucking living it, dude.
That's crazy.
I had a fucking 3,500 square foot house in Indianapolis. A wife, fucking the best job I ever had in my life.
Sometimes you gotta breathe.
Gave it all up, threw it all in the trash, and fucking moved here to start a new life. To start my spiritual journey, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna feed the beast anymore. Ain't happening.
I ain't mad about that, man. Hey, listen, man. Your resolve is definitely to be looked forward to, because, dude, a lot of us is trying to move around to get to that point.
He's like, fuck it, I quit.
Yeah, my man said, you know what?
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing, dude. You'll never find the time, right? You can't find the time doing anything because you're always fucking working, right? So when are you supposed to retire? When the government allows you? I was like, fuck that. I told my wife,
fuck that shit.
I'm doing it. I'm going with or without you. She didn't come. We got divorced 6 months, a year later, after I moved here. But that's the way it is. She's sleepwalking big time. I used to be sleepwalking, but I've woke up a whole lot lately, the last few years here. Especially since I got to Hawaii. God damn, I learned. I don't know how much I've learned.
I was going to ask you, are you the only one? Is it like a tribe, or is it just you, Dolo?
Just me. No, I built my house all by myself without fucking any electricity or nothing. I built my house with a cordless drill, a cordless sawzall, a cordless circular saw. I'd work for 2 or 3 hours until my batteries die, and I go out to the church, charge my batteries up. I worked for a couple hours the next day until I had a empty box, and I got the roof dried in and shit. Just started, one day at a time. I lived in a tent for a couple of months, walked down the hill, got on the internet, got on Craigslist, found me a car, got things going. Then I started looking at properties, and then I found me a property, bought me an acre, and just fucking doing it, There's, like I said, you'll never find the time if you're always fucking working and doing whatever. That's everyone. Oh, if I just can't find it, they're never the right time, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And I came right in the middle of the scam,
Wow.
But
so let me ask you a question, bro. Since you ironclad and went out there and made it happen, If somebody was to try to do that, to head out to Hawaii and do what you did, or another area similar, how much do you think that they should save in order to make a move like that to be safe?
Oh shit, froze. Damn.
Damn, that was a.
Oh, there we go. There we go. He moving.
Do what?
Got
Can you hear
moving.
me?
You broke
How
up.
much do you think somebody should save in order to pull off a move like that before just saying, you know, going out there and going for it?
Oh, it just depends. It depends on what you want to do, you know? I mean, because you can live in a tent, you can live in a cardboard box, you can fucking dig a hole in the fucking ground, you can build a cave out of rocks. It just depends on your situation, you know.
True,
But
true.
I mean, you'd want to have 40 or 50,000, you know.
That makes sense.
To come here and try and build a house or something. It's one of the most expensive places in the world. It's ridiculous.
Hell yeah. yes, sir. So
$8
what
for a
about
loaf of bread?
What made that's insane. So what made you decide to not go with one of those tiny homes, man? Because a lot of people were saying, yo, it'd be cheaper to just go ahead and buy an acre of land and get one of those tiny homes. Like they actually got some real nice ones that's supposed to be like a barn, but
that's actually what I'm doing.
Yeah, like, you know, get like a tiny home and put it on a plot of land and basically get a solar panel and just rock out like that. Like I'm completely solo. Y'all don't have no jurisdiction on nothing I'm doing.
I just didn't want to. There's people where I live in Ocean View. You don't have to be. You don't have to have a permit or none of that shit. You can do whatever you want. You can live in a bus. You can live in a car. You can live in a tent. You can live in a yurt. You know, some people build houses out of pallets, whatever. But I built a 20 by 30 house is what I built. But I just didn't want to. Some people have a little 10 by 10s or whatever, even smaller than that. But I mean, there's just no room. You know, you got nothing. Right, I wanted to have a fucking separate room and a bathroom inside my house and shit like that, you know. So I just built a 20 by 30 empty square box, and then I framed in a bedroom, and I framed in a bathroom, and I framed in another bedroom and a kitchen, and you know, and just I'm still working on it. It's not even done. I could have been completely done, but I'm far enough ahead where I don't have to do any work. And I just live my life. And once in a while I get motivated, I'll do a little work on my house. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's it, you know. I was putting a little siding on the front of it yesterday and the day before. But I got my toilet going. I actually have a working toilet inside my house. I dug a hole in the fucking ground. I plumbed it in, you know.
Thinking tank.
Yeah, that's badass, man. You know what I was looking at?
I got solar panels. I split my house up. I split it up on one side of the house. I have 4 solar panels. On the other side, I have 3 solar panels.
Damn. Yo, you know what I was looking at back in the day?
So if I run out of power on one side, I just run an extension cord or something.
It's a lag. Back in the day with the castles,
what's
right?
that?
They actually had castles, and the castles had bathrooms, and the bathrooms were basically like a protruding part, and it was like a toilet made of stone where the anything that came out would drop straight out to the ground. It was basically a toilet system they had back in the day. It was insane.
Yeah. Could you imagine walking by?
Oh my gosh.
Damn. Shit.
Yeah, man.
That horrible, shitty death.
Right. Literally, like, yo, God damn it. Oh man, that'll mess your day up right there if you get hit by a random turd in the head. But yeah, more power to you. That's some fire, dude. That's some fire, man. Jared Thomas is definitely getting out there and doing it. So you don't even rock with it. You don't have no passport or none of that. You literally a man on the land.
Not yet. I just sent off my status correction a couple of weeks ago. Waiting on that to come back. But nice. I'll be doing everything, you know. You know Midwest, right?
Yeah, I know the Midwest.
It froze. It froze again. You know Midwest?
Do I know the Midwest or Midwest?
A6?
Yo. Yeah.
No, do you know Midwest? It's on YouTube.
Oh, no. No, I don't.
He's from Wisconsin. Wife's from. Anyway, he does status corrections and all.
Damn, froze again.
Yeah, he's freezing out on us. They like, there he is. Get him. We found him. Get him. We triangulated his position.
That's where I'm at right now, is on my passport.
Shit,
I've got
stop
everything
him.
set, everything ready.
They be like, stop him. He's just trying to escape. He's trying to free the others.
Yeah, right. You had to get. You can't be talking about that, man. You can't. Yeah, they got my man. Hey,
Buffer zone.
there he is. You back, Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut you out for
But
a
you,
second. You must
I
have said
thought I
something.
seen a picture with you at Midwest and a bunch of people, but maybe I was wrong.
Midwest?
Yeah.
That doesn't ring a bell.
His name's Joseph Miller. Joseph Miller Davis, I think, or whatever. But that's what he goes by on YouTube, Midwest MD University.
I don't think so, man. Nah, I don't think so. What me? Somebody said, hold on, we got a few.
Oh, okay. Well, you should check him out or look him up. Try and.
All right, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna write it down, man. Midwest. All right. So,
But he
Magic
does status
says,
corrections, and he's.
it's a delay. Don't worry about it.
Damn. Agent Smith was like, jam his signal.
I don't really trust
Yeah.
somebody else to do my
Jackson
status
me.
correction. I mean, literally, you're putting your own life and your own freedom on the line over the words that are in that one document.
Yep. Agreed.
Oh
I
yeah,
would never.
he's legit.
I could,
All their behaving employees are dropping
But
dead.
you
from
can
the
check it
thing.
out. I mean,
Definitely dropping out from the thing. Jared says, I put shungite rocks in my water. Is that how you move, man? Shungite?
Shungite rocks in my water.
What does the shungite
yeah.
do for the water?
I have a shungite necklace, but well, shungite is just if you eat it, it raises the frequency and stuff. It has natural healing abilities and stuff. They did a study on shungite. They fed it to rats. It tripled their lifespan.
What? Shungite is like
Yeah.
a rock, though.
Probably crush it up into crystals or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you can crush it up in a powder. I got shungite powder. I got shungite honey. I got shungite rocks. I put 3 or 4 rocks in a 1 gallon jug of distilled water, and then I put seawater in the distilled water because
distilled
seawater
water,
has
too.
every mineral known to man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of times,
it's the best thing you can. It's the best thing you can drink is seawater.
Yeah, if you get a cut on your body or something like that, and you go like in the ocean,
But
like I've had a few times, I've had like cuts, and I'll go in the ocean or whatever, and like I'll come out, it'll be completely healed. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here. Interesting stuff.
yeah, it's got every mineral known to man. Seawater. So I put 3 tablespoons in a gallon
True indeed.
of distilled water.
Mm.
But that's all I drink is distilled water. Boom.
That's nice, man. That's dope. I usually
Or
do
orange
spring
juice
water
or apple
myself.
juice or something natural, you know.
Yeah. MWE goes by Midwest on YouTube. There are many paths to this journey.
But do you listen to Crow 777?
No, I haven't heard of Crow 777 either.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I agree with that. Lamar.
Well, you need
He
to start
says,
listening,
there,
dude. There's so much information. Everybody needs to start listening to Crow 777.
This delay is killing me. it's like I'm trying
But
to
I just
find
listened to episode 2 days ago.
Okay.
What, Crow
No. It's the connection.
or
It's like
Midwest?
you're hearing what I'm saying like 5 seconds after I say it, and like you start talking, and I'm trying to. Yeah, it's a lot going
Breaking
on.
up again. They're doxing me.
Yeah, they the connection's crazy. But yeah, there are many paths to this journey, as you can see. You could just be in a you know, look, y'all don't have jurisdiction over nothing. I'm just going to go over here in these woods. You see what I'm saying? Now, where he lives, you don't need like a building permit or any of that stuff. Some areas, though,
They're doxing me.
if you just go out in the woods, they will fuck with you. They won't come out there like, what you doing out here, boy?
I can't.
Depending on what area you in. So, you know, Shungite is for 5G protection. Yeah, I rock that actually. I just never knew you could eat it. I didn't know that. I actually got some. I keep some out of computer and all that stuff. Crow 777.
Shungite is for 5G protection also. Absolutes 2 R's. CRROW777radio.com.
Okay. All right. Shungite is difficult to get. Used to be able to find it in any metaphysical shop here in Florida. I got a bag of Shungite off eBay for like, I think I spent like $18. I don't know. I don't know why she said it's hard to get. I don't think it is. But this was like a year ago, so maybe it changed between now and then. But it was pretty easy to get back in the day. Shungite was used by early German military to turn them into super soldiers and enhance their endurance. Get the fuck out of here.
What kind of Captain America shit is that?
Yo, that's crazy. Yo. What? Hold on, yo.
Running through the spot with some
if that's
shields
the case,
on.
I'm about to start eating this.
It does everything. It expands your life.
Damn, that's interesting, man.
I have to try that shit.
The Midwest YouTube channel is missing. Oh shit. It's an off shadow band. Yeah, Tony. I had to put a smackdown on him, man. Does anybody know the exact name? He told you the name. Yes.
Want to hear everything I said for the last 5 minutes?
It's all good though, man. So yeah, man. So all right. So look, of your path there, it is very impressive. Lamar made a great point. There are many different paths that you can choose on this particular journey, depending on what you're trying to do. If you want to be like my man Jared and just say, you know what, I'm done, you can do that. I would highly suggest reaching out to Jared. He can give you some pointers on how to get moving. If you want to be able to maneuver, you know what I mean, around the certain scenarios where you dipping in and out of commerce. Some people own businesses. You know what I mean? There's a different way to do it. There's a lot of different ways to move, and the information is out there. You just have to know what to look for.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you find a lot of it on Crow.
On Crow? I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna check it out. Crow 777 Radio. I'm definitely
I just listened to
another way.
Pro777radio.com. I just listened to David Avocado Wolf at one of the episodes, and he's talking about tobacco, regular natural tobacco. The reason they demonize cigarettes is because the tobacco smoke takes your prayers directly to heaven. I bought some tobacco seeds fucking last night. Start growing me some tobacco.
The commercial tobacco can't be as bad as the stuff from the earth, though.
Yeah, chicken neck. I mean that's the
No,
that's
commercial tobacco.
I said that backwards.
Commercial tobacco has 4,000 fucking. Yeah. No, just natural tobacco leaves. That's what they don't want you smoking. They don't want you knowing about it. I didn't know any of this stuff, but Crow 777, everyone listening, you need to start listening to Crow 777. You're 460, almost 470 episodes behind. It's some of the most valuable information on the planet. I'm telling you, they cover everything. But yeah, I'm going to start growing tobacco. I'm trying to grow all my own food. You know what I mean? I got habanero peppers. I got green onions. I got an orange tree going. Strawberries. I got a few things that I'm trying to grow. But yeah, that's it right there. Now scroll up to keep going. The David Avocado Wolf one. No, go. It's like 462 or something. I listened to it.
Hold on, let me click his channel.
Scroll down. Yeah, see they're almost at 470.
What's up, baby?
Some of the most valuable information on the planet. You can listen to the first hour of every episode for free, and then it's $7 or $8 a month for the second hour. Well worth it. But it's the one with
Pro 777 Radio.
I think it's 462. It's David Avocado Wolf.
Yeah, story of
And I didn't know
tobacco.
that all black food and spices extend your life.
Black food and spices.
Spices and red food I have heard of. Anything red. Fruits or vegetable.
Just like shungite, it's a black rock.
Yo,
But
shungite.
olives and yeah. That's another thing about the tobacco. Tobacco. One guy lived to be 139 years old or whatever, but they smoked tobacco.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's some shit that's sitting. I know I don't smoke, so that shit is.
Yeah, I'm blown away by that. Like, yo, you're not smoking enough tobacco to live a healthy life. Like, I'm blown away right now. Like, what?
Hey, my grandfather was a naturalist, as I should say. And this old man lived till he was like 98 years old. Smoked harder than I do.
Shit.
This man would smoke the best smoker under the bridge.
Hey. Smoke.
So, it's how you handle it and
But
what you do with it.
There's episodes on shungite on crow. The rocks in my dog's water bowl too. I'm gonna make a little necklace for my dog and put it around her neck. Also,
they got your signal skipping out.
But yes, you're way behind. You got, like you said, almost 470 episodes to catch up on.
I'm
mind-blowing information.
I'm subscribed now. I'm gonna be on it now. Yeah,
but yeah, I didn't know that shit, dude, man.
Hell yeah, definitely.
Listen to that David Avocado Wolf 462, I think it is, and learn about tobacco and learn about the black foods and the black spices and all that, and all black foods and spices extend your life by 18 to 20% or 18 to 28% or whatever. I can't remember the numbers that David Avocado Wolf gave, but yeah, he's growing his own tobacco and doing all this shit too. But he's an expert in this shit. I'm not.
I'm on it. That's interesting. Yes, sir. I'm on it. Man, listen, bro. It has been we're gonna definitely pick this up on Sunday. I gotta get ready to head out. I got some other things I gotta take care of for the night. It's been great talking to you guys, dude. Man. Again, they tried to shut us down. They couldn't. The truth shall always remain. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Sunday,
I'm glad I found you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you for subscribing, man.
Can't stop the truth.
Sunday, can't stop the truth. Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same time, same place. My man Mac Bones just got up in here late, man. Please jump in this Sunday, Mac. We want to talk about all this stuff. It's a lot of good stuff we got on here, man. I got questions. So if all three of y'all will come back on Sunday, man, and we can get back into it, we can start earlier, so we can get some information dispersed, so to speak. So I'm gonna let my man Mike go ahead and go first.
All right, y'all. I was just saying it was a pleasure to be here. I'm gonna just say this: when it comes down to getting into this fictitious world, all the contracts that you have, see which ones that you want to keep that are worth keeping. Find out the invisible contracts as well. Eliminate them shits as quick as possible, because remember, when you're the creditor, you have every right to rescind your signature, revoke any and all contracts that supposedly may have been imposed upon you. If they don't want to do it, there is the audit situation. There is the lawsuit situation where these people are not obligating to their official fiduciary duties as opposed to contract law. And with every contract law, there's also consumer law that protects you. So just keep that in mind. And I'm going to hand it over to my man A6. I'm handing back the flag. And I just want to say it's been a wonderful night. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you. Jared, this on you, man.
All right. I'll just aloha to everybody. Listen to Crow, listen to A6, listen to all these people. They know what they're talking about. But I'll see you Sunday.
No doubt. I'll be there.
Have a good night. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Frog, what's up, man? What you got to say?
Hey, man, it's just nice to meet everybody. This is a movement that I knew was real my whole life. And I've watched many, many people flaw and mess up and go to jail trying to do what is real. And I'm glad that after so many years, I finally found the people that can find the information, help me find the information, know where to look, know what to look for. Because, hey, like I said, I don't trust nobody, should never trust anybody. Do the work yourself. But I am very thankful for people just like you that show us this information. And that's really all I got to say. Freedom is real.
True indeed, true indeed. Yes, sir. And you already know who I am. It is A6, the foreign national born natural. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, they tried to shut us down. They failed horribly. Truth prevails, light prevails, and we will keep moving. Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be back. I got more information, more heat for you guys. So until then, take care of yourselves. Keep studying, keep learning. And, when you plug in the matrix, keep your mind right. With that said, peace. I'll holler at y'all.
Word.
Good night, bub.